Hate, 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 and even more hate. It's all this series seems to get. Every single top 5 and top 3 video I make just gets a lot of negativity. So what do I do in that situation? Just make more, I suppose. In today's video, I'm going to be following up another previous video with a part 2, and that is 5 unlikely heroes I'd like to see in Battlefront 2. You probably don't need me to explain this to you, but in case you're unsure, these are 5 heroes who most likely won't get added to Battlefront 2, but as a community we'd like to see them. So let's get into the first one. Now, there was a lot of complaints in the part 1 of this video that I talked about too many animated characters, so I've only got one in today's list. I'm hoping that satisfies a lot of people. We've got Cad Bane. Cad Bane was a male Duros bounty hunter, not just any old bounty hunter though. After the death of Jango Fett, he was considered the best in the galaxy. Now, I don't care what anyone says, this guy is better than Boba Fett, he's better than Jango Fett, he is honestly just the best bounty hunter, let's be honest, and I'd love to see him in Battlefront 2. Now, Cad Bane has a lot of different equipment that would work well for the next game. I'd see him being a very attacking bounty hunter as well. He has the rockets, he has some nice weapons, some explosives as well. He'd be an all-round great villain. Now, this guy's specialised in fighting Jedi, so if there's any counter in the next game to Jedi, not including other lightsaber wielders, I think Cad Bane would be a great choice. Not to mention, he would no doubt have some great voice lines.
I'll take on any job for the right price.
Okay, so a lot of people seem to say I leave out the sequel trilogy a lot, even though we've only got one film at the time of recording this. But anyway, Bala-Tik is up next. Bala-Tik was, believe it or not, a male human who worked as a negotiator for the Guavian Death Gang. You may recognise him from that very memorable scene from The Force Awakens where he comes after Solo to try and finish him off once and for all. Now, we didn't see much of him in The Force Awakens, but the reason I've put him on this list is because I want to see more characters than just Rebels, Imperials, Jedi and Sith. I want to see a few bounty hunters and, as they're calling this guy, a negotiator. Having Bala-Tik in the next game would also allow for the other Guavian Death Gang members to be added to the game, maybe as soldiers or something like that. Not to mention, he is quite the intimidating villain. Okay, next up we have Aurra Sing, who may have been seen in the Clone Wars a lot, but she actually originated from The Phantom Menace, so she counts as a movie character. Okay, so according to Wikipedia, she was a female near-human bounty hunter who operated prior to and during the Clone Wars, so she doesn't have a species, basically. She's a mix of... oh, I don't even know, I'm not even going to think about it. Now, what I love about Aurra Sing is that she would most definitely be a sniper-based villain. Whether we're going off The Phantom Menace or the Clone Wars, we see her with a sniper a lot, so she would work great for that type of thing in Battlefront 2. She'd probably be a villain that would be hard to get to on a map, as she would take you out with a sniper before you even get to her. The harder it is to reach Aurra Sing, maybe the weaker her health should be, that would make sense. She'd most likely have some sort of scan pulse ability as well to track down those enemies to snipe from range. She worked alongside Cad Bane a lot as well, so imagine having her as the defensive bounty hunter and him as the attacking bounty hunter. Now we have probably the most unlikely hero on this list, Leot. He was a male human from the planet Bespin, and with the help of his cybernetic construction, he was paid to run battlefield calculations for the Empire. I think that sentence tells us everything we need to know about Leot. He's good at calculations, so he would be a very defensive hero. He would most likely stay at the back of a map in a game, highlight where enemies are around the map to help his teammates. Very unlikely that we'll get him in Battlefront 2, but we did get a cybernetic female in the current Battlefront, so you never know, it could happen. Now finally, on this unlikely heroes list, we have Anakin Skywalker. Now, you probably don't know anything about this guy, hence why he's an unlikely hero, so let me just tell you a bit about him. Now, I was quite curious to learn about this character myself, so I looked up Anakin Skywalker on Wikipedia, and it says he was a Force-sensitive human male who served the Galactic Republic as a Jedi Knight. Now, jokes aside, we all know who Anakin Skywalker is. The reason he's on this list is because it's looking very unlikely that he's going to be in Battlefront 2, at least at launch. So why do we even need him in the game? Well, there's one reason. We don't need a whole load of reasons why we need Anakin, there's just one, and that is because he's the main character of the prequel trilogy, so it would make sense for him to be in a Star Wars game. Anakin will probably be the most powerful Jedi you can select, maybe even more powerful than Yoda considering he's the chosen one. What would be really good about Anakin is that he doesn't necessarily have to have the same abilities as other Jedi. He can use some dark side abilities because, spoiler alert, he does become Darth Vader. He would be very skilled with a lightsaber lightsaber and the Force and would be one of my go-to heroes if he was in the game. I just know it. I'm not the only one who's asking for this. Just put him in the game, EA. Put him in Battlefront 2. Everybody wants him and we'll be happy. Well, I don't know about us being happy because we are Star Wars fans, but we'll be a bit happier than usual. But that wraps up this mind-blowing list of 5 unlikely heroes we'd like to see return in Battlefront 2 Part 2. Remember to do the usual, everyone. If you did agree with my opinions here today, leave a like, and if you just hate every video I make, leave a dislike, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you all next time.